Uziyahu sent me a great response to the Yoke Up, Stump the Chump fasting video, and I want to thank him for that because it was a great response, and I know that he holds those opinions strongly, and it was great to hear his hypothesis on the topic, and he gave a little background, which I loved, on the idea of fasting and when Jews fasted on particular special days, and that was great information, great background information. And also, friends, even if you disagree with me, you're allowed to disagree. Feel free to post your videos and tell me what's wrong and why you think that is, and back it up with some good text, and I'll take a look at them. And thanks, Oots, for sending that in. You're a great guy, and I've been meaning to do a video on why I think that Atwell, why I put him on the back burner. I'm kind of like saving him for later in my brain, because I think that there are other scholars who are more up on Jewish history than Atwell. And while he may have a great hypothesis on the Roman idea in his book Caesar's Messiah, in order for me to look at something fairly, I need to think about other things too, which means giving Jesus, if he did exist, a chance. And one of the ways is by seeing how other movements, like Honi the Circle Drawer and other charismatic Rebbes from that time period and from that circle of charismatic Jewish movement, the Hellenistic Jewish movement, and how that all fit in. And also, what I think that Atwell fails to view is the whole movement, that whole movement, and the contributions of those kinds of charismatic Rebbes, what they contributed, and also he fails to consider what is found in the Dead Sea Scrolls. You get beautiful texts like the words of heavenly lights and the benedictions and blessing texts, which are beautiful, which would, if you did not know where they came from, you would think that they were Christian documents. And we know that since they were hidden, the pesky Christians didn't get their hands on them to edit them, so they were hidden. And so these are Hellenistic, written in Hebrew, Hellenistic ideas written in Hebrew, some of them. And it's amazing. The same language like justification, transgressions, all those things existed. So, what I'm saying, I might even, not only will I give Jesus, or Rebbe Jesus, or however you want to name him, a chance, I might even start looking at, because I found such terminology in the Dead Sea Scrolls, to maybe even support a little bit of the ideas of the Apostle Paul. And I know you're cringing at that probably, but I cannot, based on what I know from the Dead Sea Scrolls, based on what I know from Jewish charismatic movements, which I'm reading about right now, I cannot go along totally with Atwell's theory. And I don't think that he is a very good scholar on, unfortunately, on early Christianity, unfortunately. I don't know. He would have to do more. He would have to do more research, and he would have to put out a lot more. And not that a lot of other people would have to agree with him. I mean, I go for some pretty crazy theories sometimes, and I could see how it did come together. One of the things that, he's talking about is reading the Gospels as a whole. They didn't circulate as a whole. Circulated as separate pieces, different time periods. So these texts that were attributed to the writers, attributed to what Jesus said. And you're right, may not even have said them, but it's amazing that we can find beatitudes in the Dead Sea Scrolls. So I would think that Giza Vermes is a better scholar than Atwell, because Giza Vermes has looked into the background of early Christianity and has even translated the Dead Sea Scrolls, something that Eisman hasn't even done. I mean, work on the actual translation team. Now, Eisman and Atwell, they're buddies, so yeah, they're going to come out with some excellent hypothesis about early Christianity, and I just need to put that on the back burner right now. So that's what I've been doing, kind of. I've been, I put that book in the back of my shelf, and I'll get it out someday when something will make sense that I didn't think made sense, and I'll say, oh yeah, that's how this can be explained. But until then, I need to leave it back there, and I cannot stop looking for other possibilities on what influenced the idea and the personage of the charismatic Jewish Rebbe, Yeshua ben Yosef. So that's my view on it. It'd be interesting to see what Atwell would say about, the other charismatic leaders of the Jewish charismatic movement, Honi, the circle drawer, and others. There was plenty of them. Tons of messianic literature coming out because they were in a bad situation. When a people are in a bad situation, they look for a change, and usually that ends up in dreaming about a Messiah, who that would be, and apocalyptic literature, which the Dead Sea Scrolls was loaded with. So I'm not saying that Jesus was a Messiah. I'm not saying that these other charismatic leaders were. I'm just saying that these people were looking for the same thing. Also, another thing on fasting is Isaiah 58, which is true piety versus false piety. And the third Isaiah writer, third Isaiah is 56 to 66. It's written after second Isaiah. I wonder why none of the prophecies were coming true. Things weren't going as quickly as they thought it was. When they came back and they said, what's up? So what I was saying, and I believe that maybe Jesus was referring to this text, Isaiah 58. What true piety would be for Jacob would be another form of self-denial. If he was really denying himself, if he was really fasting, he would sell all he had and give to the poor. And you'll see that. So this kind of fasting for ritualistic purpose is only self-serving for that reason. Either to say you did something or put God in a place where he may have to act. God don't work that way. God acts through actions of other people. Isaiah 58. And I believe it's Micah 3, 6 to 12 also talks about the same issue. So maybe take a look at that. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. But I believe that the reason why Christ was attributed to saying those words, even they ask him, they say, hey, why don't your disciples fast? And he said, well, why should they fast while the bridegroom is with them? So he did see himself as some kind of messianic end-time figure, probably more so than the other rabbis of the Jewish charismatic movement. However, so did the text concerning the teacher of righteousness in the War Scroll, and text created about him and his battles with the teacher of wickedness, which was his opposite, possibly out of Jerusalem, maybe a priest. There's lots of speculations, but that battle goes on, and here you had some people thinking that maybe back then, maybe the teacher of righteousness was in fact, this messianic figure. At least the Essenes did. So, I don't know. Thanks for the video. It was awesome, and I know that a lot of people were saying, oh, maybe you're too hard on him. Don't believe that, because true scholars exchange ideas, and that's what I want to be at. So I considered your opinion. It's a great hypothesis, and I got it in the back burner. I didn't toss his books out, and I didn't toss those kinds of ideas, because it does explain a different dimension. But I just need some more some more things to go along with those kinds of ideas before I start supporting it. So take care, friends, and remember, if everyone's thinking alike, somebody isn't thinking, and read the literature, all of it.